Coming up on First at 4, it's a historic day in Kentucky. Folks across the Commonwealth can now legally place bets on sporting events. And the sweltering summer heat continues for millions of people across the United States.
Plus, we are watching out for more rain chances by Friday, also into this weekend. Those details coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, we have some breaking news out of Whitley County. The sheriff's office says they are investigating a shooting involving a 2-year-old. The sheriff says the child was shot in the head by another child who got a hold of a gun. The sheriff says the toddler was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. We are working on interviewing the sheriff and gathering more information on this story, and we'll have much more hopefully coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Kentuckians can now legally wager on sporting events. Just months after lawmakers passed the process to bet on numerous events, the first wager was made this morning at 10 o'clock. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more from the Red Mile in Lexington, where the process is well underway.
Thank you very much.
The first bet was placed at 10 o'clock sharp by Senator Damon Thayer, who helped push the issue through the legislature in the final hours of this year's session.
And I think this is going to prove to be really popular. And I think it's just a case of giving people what they want.
Thayer and other lawmakers say betting on sporting events will now be regulated and legal.
We know that there's been about $2 billion bet in the illegal marketplace over the last several years. We know that there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars bet in the legal marketplaces of our surrounding states every year.
It's a big move for lawmakers, but Kentuckians say the ease of it coming somewhere close is a huge win for them too.
So I love to be able to come here, Red Mile, and put a couple dollars on something. So I love it.
And that was Phil Pendleton reporting. Sports wagering is being managed and run through the State Horse Racing Commission, and every standalone place that offers it must be licensed from that commission.
We are still watching out for a few showers and storms across the mountains into your Thursday afternoon. Here's a live look at First Alert Pinpoint Doppler. Some heavier showers and storms pushing into Virginia, also West Virginia at this hour. Zooming into Buchanan County, Virginia, also Mingo and Logan counties in West Virginia. Nothing severe, but some heavy showers and storms just to the south and east of South Williamson, also south of Mount Gay at this hour as well. Also watching out for a heavy downpour near downtown Harlan, just to the south of downtown there in southern Harlan County, not too far away from the Kentucky and Virginia border. Most of us are dry right now, but a few more heavy downpours are possible into this afternoon as well. Those temperatures anywhere from the upper 60s in Pikeville to the lower 80s in Somerset, also Monticello. So closer to the showers, we are cooler, but away from the rain, we are a little bit warmer. Temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s. As we go into this evening, a stray shower cannot be ruled out. Temperatures in the middle to upper 70s, falling into the lower 70s as we go into tonight. But again, watching out for a few more stray rain chances and more rain chances on Friday, also into the weekend, as a busy forecast does continue. All those details plus your full 7-day forecast on the way in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. Millions of Americans from California to Maine are now under heat alerts or advisories. This summer's record-breaking temperatures are showing no signs of letting up, just as students head back to the classroom. CBS's Jared Hill has more from New York.
A scorching late summer heat wave is taking a toll on schools nationwide.
Luke was coming home sweaty. He was telling us it was hot.
Hugh Barrett says his 5-year-old son Luke spent his first couple of days of kindergarten without air conditioning. Now the school in Washington, D.C. has fans and window units.
He says it's cooler, but still very noisy.
They say to bring water, but doesn't really do much.
The heat headed Massachusetts 8th grader Liam McDonald a 4-day weekend. Schools there cancel classes for the rest of the week.
It's good for the kids. The circumstances, it's hard to concentrate, and they're hot, they're getting sick.
The heat has prompted schools in at least 9 states to close or let kids out early this week. In Jacksonville Beach, Florida, the heat is blamed for the death of a 2-year-old girl found in a parked vehicle outside of a church.
This is a great tragedy. It affects everybody.
When we fight, we win.
Airport workers in Phoenix have filed an OSHA complaint demanding safe work conditions after this summer's brutal heat wave.
I often feel like I'm going to faint, and I've caught myself briefly dipping in and out of consciousness while working on the airplanes.
And after Phoenix saw a record-breaking 31 straight days of highs at 110 degrees or above this summer, temperatures are again expected to climb back to that level this weekend. Jared Hill, CBS News.
This week, the United Nations said the world experienced its hottest summer on record this year. The Secretary General has warned that a climate breakdown has begun. A Louisville Metro police officer is in critical condition after a shooting. It happened early this morning before dawn in the Chickasaw neighborhood. LMPD Chief Jacqueline Gwen Vierall says an officer was conducting a traffic stop when shots were fired from a nearby home. The officer is in critical condition at the University of Louisville Hospital. As of now, no arrests have been made.
We're also thankful that no other innocent bystanders were injured through this senseless act of violence. As for the active scene where the subject shot at my officer, I am confident through a thorough investigation that we will have somebody in custody and charged for this incident. Your next update will come from my public affairs office.
A supporting officer was also there and was not injured. Coming up on First at 4, the NFL season begins tonight. What some sports pundits are saying we should all be watching for in tonight's game between the Chiefs and the Lions.
Plus, we are tracking an increase in those rain chances by this weekend. Your full forecast on the way after this break.